The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed on Leadership Lounge Live are for entertainment and informational purposes only. They do not reflect the official policies, beliefs, or positions of any individuals, organizations, or platforms mentioned. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage independent research and critical thinking. Enjoy the conversation and engage responsibly.
Happy Sunday, y'all. We made it. Thank you for being patient with us. Woo.
Yes.
Welcome back to Leadership Lounge Live. We have no soundboard today. We had some audio issues we've been working through for the last 20 minutes. So we have got a very special guest, but I want to say what's up to my two special co-hosts, Miss Adama and Mr. Uriah, with a fresh haircut.
I see it over there. Mm-hmm. They cut hair in Chicago, boy. Look at it.
All right. So today we've got a very special guest, Mr. Antaeus. He's a sales expert who helps big companies make smart business deals. He's worked with both giant corporations and new startups, teaching them how to sell better, grow faster, and build stronger relationships. Antaeus is also a mentor, a strategist, helping teams create plans that actually work. And when he's not closing deals, he's into gaming, tech, and staying in his faith. We're really, really excited to learn a lot from you today. Antaeus, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. Pleasure to be here.
Of course. Well, start out by telling us just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I born and raised in Chicago, without question, the greatest city on the face of the earth. I live on the south side of Chicago, not too far from like Soldier Field with my wife. No kids. And I the last 9 or 10 years or so, I've been selling software to big companies, and kind of in the space of helping growth stage startups to scale their products into the enterprise market. So from selling to small businesses to selling to Boeing and Coca-Cola and that type of thing. And generally, the startups that I work for are either category creators, like they're creating technology that's very difficult to find like a true competitor. Um, what else? Yeah, and my wife and I, we are always moving about because we don't have kids. We're moving around the world a lot with friends and family. And yeah, I mean, majority of my time is really spent here at my workstation, trying to make dreams come true.
I love it. I love it. I'm curious, what's one trait that you think separates a successful business leader from somebody who struggles to scale?
You said for one business leader, from one who struggles to scale.
Struggles to scale. Mm-hmm.
Purpose. You know, a lot of in this day and age, no matter what vertical you're talking about, no matter what area of business, I think um, it is the era of information, meaning um, just as easy as it is to like find information on any given topic, if that topic happens to be an idea for business, it's not very difficult to come up with an idea and have a business launch really quickly. If you just want to make money fast or try to make money fast, it's easy to stand up um, a business idea, especially with access to very cheap talent overseas. very cheap talent, fraction of the price talent that you would pay here. Um, and so you see most people taking advantage of that uh, this idea that because there's so much information available to us, it should be easy to come up with an idea and make money fast. And very rarely do businesses like that who don't have a ton of money to throw at just some random idea. It just ends up being a waste of money, a waste of time because there's no purpose behind it. Um, yeah, I'll say that as the main thing is the thing that where companies struggle to scale is um, they some companies start with purpose, but then they'll take like VC money or something like that, and then they'll start listening to the ideas of their investors or their board and allowing them to move the product as opposed to the customer moving the product, um, which is what got them the VC money in the first place. Um, I don't know if that touches on your question.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, the purpose is written at the top of the page today.
The purpose.
Okay,
Just
I
to
guess I'll
piggyback
go.
on that.
Okay, you go ahead. Piggyback off that. I'll wait.
Just to piggyback off that, I mean, it's like a good segue into like where we are with
I'm so sorry. Should
Can't
I?
hear you.
I don't want to stop you guys, but I know you probably have an audience that wants to hear. Like it's staticky. Were you going to say that, Adam? Yeah. Okay.
His is staticky, yeah. Yours is
Yeah.
staticky, Uriah.
mine is static.
Mhm.
Let me try to get a new.
So so for mine, I guess I just want to say, how do you see since you're in sales, how do you see? We also talked about this on our in our group and when we did a live, I think a couple of weeks ago. How do you see AI shaking up the sales with the world right now? Like since there's so
Yeah.
many, since we're in a whole different ball field, and I come from sales as well. So how do you see that part affecting
Yeah.
it?
No, it is. AI is it's its own new age, and with that, across all verticals, it's unfortunate. And from a political standpoint, and others who claim it's not really going to take jobs, AI is gonna shrink the need for human input down substantially over the
Mhm.
next 5 years. It's going to happen pretty fast. Um, but specific to sales, I think the people that are going to it's about the people who actually move deals forward, um, and that's like people who deal with like complex, transformative um, sales and namely in software sales, who have to have the skill set that requires uh, building relationships with the C-suite people who will stick around without regard to what's happening with AI. V-suite, kind of mostly C-suite people in the long
Mhm.
term. So complex software sales, right? I mean, that's where AI is being implemented into those products. They're becoming more and more complex. Um, those salespeople are going to stick around, right? Tuning my own horn, I would be one of those people. Um, but there's like getting into software sales. There's you usually start as like a sales development representative, like your job is cold calling or inside sales rep, where you just take all the interest that comes inbound from the market. Um, their job is to email, phone
Mhm.
call. Try to model their messaging in as unique a way possible. Try to model their engagement tactics in as unique a way as possible to try to get access to decision makers and get them on the phone with the person who's going to quarterback the deal all the way to close. Those jobs are going to be can be automated today. They are being heavily automated today.
Yeah, okay, that's
Um,
what.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and I think so much of the sales process is already being automated, but um, I think it's going to have AI is going to have an extreme effect on like taking that ability to automate to a whole new stratosphere where unfortunately a lot of the front end sales folks are going to be out of a job.
That personable type feel. But let me ask you though, because I'm kind of go back and forth with AI in the in the effect of what you're just saying. Like, in order for AI to succeed, it needs a human instructor.
For sure.
We need to teach it. And as someone as accomplished as you are, um, with what you do, like you're
Mm.
very pivotal because you're teaching it how to give it that kind of almost humanized feel,
Yeah.
you know, when you because so it's like I go back and forth with it. I still feel like it's needed for that human touch, that human aspect of the humanizing part, especially like I
Absolutely.
said, someone in your field.
Yeah, I like that humanizing AI. But guess what, Adama? You're doing it. We're all doing it. We're all taking part in
Uh,
humanizing AI just by interacting with it. Um, the the people we need are the people who can build these language learning models um,
mhm,
um, to kind of think about like the I don't know like the toy whatever given toy back in the day you wind it up and it goes on its own. That's kind of what
mhm,
the engineers are doing, and as it's going, um, us as the human beings who benefit from AI doing our work for us, thinking for us. The only way the AI gets better is if it gets better and smarter as we continue to feed it to quote unquote humanize it.
mhm.
And I can't get any more technical. I can't step beyond what I see on the surface. But what I can tell you is that um, without human input, it doesn't get as scary as we anticipate it's gonna be. Right? People are scared of them
Right.
becoming sentient, like thinking for themselves.
Yeah, say that,
But the
that part.
but the way that kind of can't like the like the ceiling that idea hits is the AI can only go as far as we allow it to, and that's just
Yes.
it's just a natural fact because it's technology. It is not sentient, and just I'll pause there.
That's really important. And I
I like
think the
that.
human
That,
in the
yeah, I
loop
like that.
approach is really key. And it doesn't really matter what aspect you're using the artificial intelligence in. I think that human in the loop approach just is a necessity. I do agree, though, that the sales force is going to look different. And so I'm curious, how do you focus on keeping those kind of high value connections alive with AI being an influence to that now?
I think it's really just a matter of um, kind of keeping your ears to the streets, right? Um, um, if 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 it's if it's a conversation, a space, an environment, a world that you don't want to be left out of, it's literally a matter of doing what we're doing here, um, talking about it, right? Having finding like minds who have these questions, who take the time to go and actually go down the rabbit hole, not of conspiracy theory, but actually see who the market makers in artificial intelligence, what are they doing? What are they thinking about? Because the people at these the people who are quote unquote the powers that be who give us jobs, right, who are going to be the decision makers that start to whittle away the workforce because they're going to save money with AI. Um, um, if but like the people who can show that they care about or they're thinking about or can communicate um, on the level of the future of work, those are the people who are going to maintain those relationships and kind of have a seat at the table as AI progresses.
I appreciate that.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say Buika, 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 because that was it right there.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah, I was going to get to Ashley. I'll wait for you, Uriah, after your question, because I'm on it right now because I love the response that you just gave. So I'm going to step back and wait.
So I want to piggyback on what you said previously around how how you scale and how businesses are using it to elevate and how you get to the next level. But I think you kind of already answered it. But I just wanted to I guess co-sign on that as well. Where how do you get the salesperson? How far away from the salesperson from AI to the actual deal maker?
Yeah.
Because from my perspective, when I was looking at it in my first exposure to AI, it was around auditing because I have most of my experience in auditing. So
Yeah.
I was at a company and they was pushing AI and they were saying okay, every business needs to do it. So my input was the thing that we created was a bot, and it pretty much replicated what I did as an intern, maybe 10 years prior. So when I look at AI, I look at it as it's not going to replace all humans, but it's going to replace the lowest level on the bar.
Right.
So from my perspective, I was ticking and tying financial statement numbers. Does this number on this report match this number on this report? You can easily get a bot or AI to do that. So that kind of takes that out, but it doesn't take out the deal maker. The AI doesn't create the client. The AI doesn't make in my profession, audit opinion, it doesn't give the assessment of the company.
Yeah.
It's just doing a task. So, and from your perspective in sales, how does that equate? How does, which, and I think you kind of already answered it when we were talking about that.
No, that's fantastic. You got me thinking about kind of that sort of that chasm between um what where the value that the AI brings to a business or even to our lives versus when we get to the point okay, um like Adam have brought up, okay, where's the human in this, right? If we just think about, and I'm gonna try not to get too off on a tangent here, but if we think about how we felt after COVID when we can go back outside, I don't know about y'all, but I was excited to go back out and be able to hang with people and be around more than 6 people or whatever they told us, right? I think that to the question that you're asking, I think that um, we'll always, in the end, want that human touch as the common theme throughout a deal cycle because one thing is for sure that we don't see I don't hear a lot of intricate conversation about this is that um, people of a certain age group, I don't know if I don't know which, maybe after the millennials, right, a lot of the people who are making decisions at a board level, they're just not going to be as engaged, as in tune with the pace of AI. They're not on the ground level of AI.
Gen X
Like,
and boomers.
you know what I'm saying? They're not at that at that at the ground level, using the technology and across 20 different tasks all day, keeping up with the new AI that can do this, that can do that, that has automated so much of the deal cycle, that moved out all those lower level people. So they're going to want a human in the process. And I think, and stop me if I'm not getting to your question, but I think that um, that's just it. I think there's always going to be room for, or there's always going to be that desire um, to have that human connection, especially when you're talking about market making transformative deals, whatever it might be. When we start talking about dollars and cents, um, most people who really hold the purse string, so to speak, are going to want a human behind that. They're not going to trust technology all the way through to this is going to make or break my kid's future or my family's future, or right. I'll just pause there.
I'm just curious as a follow-up, do you think that's an advantage or a disadvantage?
Listen, I am, and Uriah knows this. I am 100,000% all about technological advancement for the human race. Full stop.
Mhm.
Um, Full stop. And I think if you know, I like you know, I look at this stuff all day. Like I'm watching businesses who have had great products and had a lot of wins and are being left in the dust. I'm watching companies who are storied 30, 40, 50-year-old companies, but because, to the point you're right now what you're talking about, because their leadership wants to continue doing things the way they always did them, because
Mhm.
they don't want to come into the future. They don't want to like, I think quote unquote AI, implementing AI into like your operations, your work process. It's not even about it being a risk. It's either we do this or we're ripe for the taking. And
Mhm.
so I think it's all advantages if you find like you find this is interesting. Like you find the AI that you need, that works for you, that can add a benefit to your life or your work. And today, there's an AI for everybody. Like I'm a big beer person, right? Well, I don't not as much as I used to, but when I was a really big like craft beer person, like my wife don't like beer, my older brother doesn't like beer, a couple of friends who don't like beer. I would tell them like there is a beer. I guarantee you, there's a beer that I can find that you'll like. Um, we've never seen anything in terms of a technological advancement saturate as much as AI has. There's something out there that anybody can use that will 10x a change in have a 10x impact on their life if they just found or if they just gave AI if they just gave AI a chance. So it's all, I think, all advantages. Yeah, all advantages.
I really like that. I really like that.
That was a
And
good answer.
that,
I like that
when you
answer.
think about it, and I want to go back to when you were like at scale, right? And at scale,
Yeah,
and it's subjective and it's comparable to the company, right? Because like
yeah,
when you say like the deal, like what solidifies the deal?
yeah,
The company I was at, they introduced using AI, because everybody knows I worked at several banks. I'm not gonna say which bank did this, but I worked at several banks, and
yeah,
they utilize models to actually replace underwriters, right?
yeah,
So, but up to a certain amount. But like, let's say up to a $30,000 deal with minimal risk, they like, let's introduce this model to execute that deal. Like you
yeah,
don't need to, like you get the information from the client,
yeah,
you got all of their
yeah,
financials, you got the
yeah,
credit report, they
yeah,
run it through the model,
yeah.
and what the model creates the outcome. Like you're
But that
able to
number,
break
but there was a risk tolerance, like a risk
there's a risk
threshold there.
tolerance.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. So like
yeah,
I want to say this is like maybe 5 to 10 years ago, their
yeah,
risk tolerance was let's say 30,000.
yeah,
Where it is at now, then that's something different. So like as as AI matures, and
Yep.
as we get better
Yeah.
AI governance around it, where
Yeah.
we can trust it more.
For
And I'm
sure.
gonna say that again, AI governance around it, because I don't
Yeah.
think we talk about that enough. And once we get more AI governance around it and we understand what's happening with it, that's when we can rely on it more.
I agree.
That's when it kind of gets that human touch. Like
Yes.
once it proves itself, then it's like, okay, we can rely on this to execute like I would want it to execute, right?
Yes. But what was required for one of the main requirements for that to work is adoption. Like
Yeah.
they had to the humans had to adopt that. The humans had to um like fine tune that internal process first, right? And then adopt this idea of artificial intelligence, right? So it still starts and it still starts with that human touch for sure.
I apologize if my audio is off.
Yeah.
It's okay. We know you. We know you're not a chipmunk.
Do we? Do we? Do we? I just had to say something.
Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka.
Okay, I have to ask him this. You know what, Uriah? That's why. You know what? Okay, I have to ask a question. So, if you had to build a sales team from scratch,
Hmm.
what is the one AI tool that you would implement in your team to get them going?
ChatGPT.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm going to do the scratch.
That's
Let me do the
That's
scratch. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me do the scratch. What was that again?
That's
Okay. So have you checked out Pro and Plus?
Oh well, so thank you just took the words right out of my head.
Let's
I was
go.
gonna say
Let's go.
I was gonna say I swear I was gonna
Let
say
me
wait
take
a
the
minute
glasses off of this.
caveat.
Let me take
But here I have an add-on to that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
No, you go ahead because I'm ready.
So I don't know if y'all used it yet, but ChatGPT recently just launched Deep Research.
Yes.
And it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. Um, I'll leave it at that, man. It is absolutely
Nah,
fascinating.
don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
do
sorry
that.
about that.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I want to make sure I get the name correct.
yeah.
Antaneous. Say it again.
Antaeus.
Antaeus.
Yep,
Listen, I just did a
yep,
post about this 2 days ago. I
yeah,
was so excited because doing the deep search, I need everyone to understand this. It's
yeah,
not gonna, sometimes it can last from 2 to 30 minutes. But when
yeah.
it comes, baby, but when that bad boy comes back,
That's right.
it took you over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we
That's right.
go. Like it went all over the world to get all this information. And when I tell you it's like it dug for that. That's all I'm gonna say on it. Because
That's right.
that deep search,
That's
that's
right.
what I'm talking about.
It ain't
That's
messing
right.
around. It's doing the thinking, right?
Yeah,
It's doing the thinking.
yeah,
And now I'm trying to understand because if deep research is now introduced on the plus level, I don't like that was the big thing on the pro level. So I don't even
right.
right now on the pro level, the only plus now is unlimited video creation. So now I'm not totally sure if pro is worth it anymore because the deep research is now at the plus level. What's the benefit at the pro level? So that's my ChatGPT Pro update.
Yeah. I think for most people, I don't know. I don't even most people. Period. I think Pro is or Plus is enough. The $20 one is enough.
Yeah.
I think the Plus level is I mean we can guess what types of people might have a need for that. Creative teams, research teams, who
Mhm.
can have their companies foot that bill. The average person won't need what ChatGPT offers at the $200 level.
Oh, I wish we could go back and repeat that because I'm a hater. But you know what? I really love that you said that. And what's wild to me is a lot of people, and I'm not judging. Okay, that's a lie. I just judged. Okay.
Yeah.
So a lot of people still use the free version and then they're complaining about what chat is giving them. I'm like, but
Yeah.
you're not using it to what it needs to be used for. So chat is going to literally let you have two questions and then it's going to just fade out on you.
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
and I don't want to monopolize it. If somebody else wants to jump in, but I think it's about like learning how to prompt it, like learning how to talk to ChatGPT. Um, ChatGPT free is still, the smartest resource, one of the smartest resources on the planet. I mean, there's a lot of people doing some dope stuff. I mean, we know all the other, ChatGPT competitors out there, that run off. Some of them run off are better at things than ChatGPT is, even at the free level, because they're learning models just focus on different things. But anyway, it's just about, I think, just knowing how to prompt, right
Mm-hmm.
the right prompts in the right way.
Right
Yes,
there, right
sir.
there. That right
Yes,
there.
sir.
That's what it is.
I love it.
Yep.
Learning how to prompt,
Yep.
So you guys
educating
heard it here. If
ourselves
he
on
was
the
to build a
side.
team from
Yep.
scratch, it would be Chat GPT that everybody would be on his team. Okay, that's all I have to say.
Love it. Bum, bum, bum,
Yeah, and he would do that.
bum.
Like he would do like prompt training. Not that I'm the best. I mean, like
Yes.
I would like bring in some, super ChatGPT people, like people who actually develop in ChatGPT and stuff. And yeah, we would go prompt crazy. You know what I tell people? I say, like, here's how you start. Just talk to it like it's like you're the smartest person, like you have the smartest person in the world living with you, like they're your brother or something. Talk to it, like start there. Just keep talking to it. Like even when it upsets you, tell it you upset it. Keep talking to it.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
yeah,
hey,
anyway,
I totally love that. I say the same
yeah,
thing. Talk to it as if it's like your smartest like teenager,
yeah.
because it's not an adult yet. It's still it's still an
Yeah,
infant.
I
So
love
it's
that.
like you have to
That's dope.
groom it because it's super smart, but it's still kind of immature. So it's like you got to
Yep,
talk to it like a
that's dope.
preteen almost.
That's dope.
Talk to it like a super smart genius preteen.
Hmm.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
I
I
agree with
have a,
that.
I have a question. So some of our audience works on the professional side, corporate, and then
Yeah.
some are in entrepreneurship. And both are kind of all about taking risks. So I'm curious, looking back on your career, what's a calculated risk that you took that paid off in a major way?
I left my wife in Chicago and moved to Seattle.
And I was almost about to
Um,
answer for you.
Oh,
what's that? You
do
said you knew
tell.
that was coming?
Do tell. I'm from
I was
Seattle. I'm
about
I'm born and raised in Seattle.
Oh, really?
I was about to answer for you because and Tez is like my little brother. Like I've known him for the longest. Like if y'all know me, y'all don't know me like Antez knows me. Like he knows me since I was yay high. He's seen me grow from a little guy up to what I am now. But back in the day, I'm only 2 years older than him. But back in the day, 2 years was a lot. But
Yeah,
I was about to answer for
yeah.
him. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all good. Uriah knows. He's Uriah's my mentor. He's my aspiration. Um,
Oh, that's so
but
sweet. I
no,
love you.
no, for sure, no. But no, Seattle, man. So um, one of my boys, like 7 9 months prior, he's like, "Hey, man, you should come out here. We're building something dope. New growth stage startup company." And I was like, "Man, I can't do it. Like, move to Seattle? Like, that's crazy, right? I gotta, you know, home wife. All that. I can't. Like, that didn't even seem like possible. But then 7, 9 months later, I'm on the market or shortly coming on the market. I call him and say, "Hey, man, let's talk about that." And he says, "You know what, man? Just come out here, do a loop." And a loop is like, talk to different people, interview with different people, the founder, all these people, and see if you like it, man. Do it, learn the business, come out, do a pitch, and all this other type of stuff, right? Interview loop thing. Went out there. On my way back, when I landed back in Chicago, I'm in the car in the cab headed back home, and he calls me and says, "Hey, man, they want you to. They want to make you an offer. They're gonna make you an offer, but don't say nothing. Like, act surprised when they call you."
Mhm.
And so, no, I got home, told her, and she was 100% for it because we understood the opportunity that it presented and how it could um, like be game changing for me in terms of a career. Um, that was it, man. The biggest risk I took is I went out there from 2018 to 2020, and I was able. Long story short, I was able to move back. Um, I was going to move back anyway. April 1st, I got approved. They approved me to move back to Chicago. I told them I would come out there as long as they knew that as soon as possible, I need to be able to work back home in Chicago. Um, got approved to do that April 1st, and then the pandemic hit. So they started shutting down airports, and I'm like, any day now they are gonna shut down SeaTac, which is the airport out there.
Yeah.
And man, I think they were saying like it started in Washington. I don't know. I can't remember. Um, like patient zero or something was in. I can't remember now. But they were shutting down airports and stuff. I'm like, man, they're gonna shut down SeaTac any day now. So it was a Thursday, and in one weekend, in 3 days, I sold everything in my apartment out there, and I was back in Chicago. The end of March. Yep.
Wow.
So
So,
yeah,
so I'm going to Big Brother and put a caveat to his story. The only reason he was able to even come back to Chicago is because he did so well out there. They
uh,
pretty much gave him his own Chicago branch. They opened up a Chicago branch that he was going to lead. So I'm gonna put that out there because we do the same thing to each
Mhm.
other. We downplay our achievements, but he came back to Chicago because he had the opportunity because he was so successful out there. This is one of the best salesmen I know for business, for anything, just a natural, charismatic. I mean, that's what Chicago produces. I mean, it's not even that
that's right. That's
surprising.
right. That's
But
right.
he's one of the best to do it, right? Like, he could sell anything to anybody. And he was able to come back, move back, so he took that risk and came back home to open up his own branch. And I just want to, boom.
Hey man, I appreciate that, brother.
Hey, see now, I would be remiss if I didn't say, you see where he went. You see where he went to like get it in.
Y'all
Yes,
gonna stop
ma'am.
playing with the y'all gonna
No,
stop playing with
you
the
know,
details
Hey,
now. Y'all gonna
Hey,
stop
see,
playing
I'm
with
just
us.
now,
I'm
now
just saying
hey,
what
we,
I
we
heard
go
from the
out there.
story.
I
I
had to
heard
go
he
out and
went to
visit.
Seattle.
we didn't talk about
I,
how
I
I
had to
feel
go
about
out and
Seattle.
visit. I had to go out there and
He
check
did
it
come and
out. I'm
visit.
like, wait a minute, hold on, you been where? Okay, I
I'm
gotta
just
go visit
hating because
too.
you guys know I really want to be like in Chicago. So you know I'm just hating. So I'm just gonna put my fadeaway down. I didn't even know it was like that in Chicago.
Nah, they clearly like that.
It's one of the biggest business hubs.
I
And
think what I
that's
I think what I love. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
what I was saying. I was just
I
gonna
think
let
what
it
I
go.
love
I'll switch
about
it back
having you
off.
on here. Oh, sorry. Look, it's a delay, or maybe I'm just maybe it's my spirit trying to talk over you. I'm
It's his
sorry.
chipmunk voice today.
I'm trying to take advantage of it. Okay, so I think what I love about having you on the show today is because sales is a big part of our culture. It's a big part of everything we do, and especially with what's going on in the world right now. In order for us, I know as a consumer, in order for me to buy something, I need to know that it's intentional based and that it's it's really going to be good for me because there's so many scams, there's so many things, there's so many bots, there's so many yada 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 out there. And I love the fact that you had said that in order for us to, like, we should not be afraid of AI, we need to basically
Mhm.
integrate with it.
Yeah.
And that held so much power for me because just think about how we're, you know, and this is no shade to anybody because I'm a creator as well, but people who think they can create and then they go on here to try to sell their stuff and they just make it all AI. They just copy and paste.
Yeah.
No, you need to be able to know, you still have to have that background in like what you do
Yeah.
in order to make it all mesh and work together. Like I would still, like if I knew that I was going to grow a $1 million business, even a $500,000, I'm still going to seek, I would come and seek your advice. Like, okay, what am I going to do? Because Chat GPT is just not doing it for me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes back to like the beginning of our talk. Um, and you actually brought it up, like the human part of this AI age, um, like we don't have anything to be afraid of, because the market makers, the experts in any given field, right? These are the people who are like the platforms that AI, the language learning models are raised on. Like ChatGPT is literally like an encyclopedia of
Hmm.
all knowledge that we've put out into the world, right? Um, so that's that'll never. I don't think like the need for human expertise, because somebody's got to be the AI wrangler, right? Somebody's got
Right.
to be the AI, the marketing AI, the supply chain AI, the finance AI quarterback. Somebody's got to guide AI to finance for e-commerce, to finance for nonprofits, to finance for aviation. Like um, there's got to be there's got to be the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the thing is, like, I think what you said from the very beginning, like, AI isn't taking humans' jobs, right?
Yeah,
Humans are utilizing AI to better their jobs.
yeah,
So if you're the finance project lead, or if you're the, the graphic designer lead, and if you're, and I'm saying that because that's in corporate terms, right? Everybody,
yeah,
there's always the project, there's always the lead. There's
yeah, yeah,
there's the finance lead, there's the
yeah,
marketing lead, and they're the
yeah,
ones that's driving the team. And when you look at it, like if there's a lead, then you have like your lowest staff. So it's always
yeah,
the lead member that's gonna, I think, utilize AI the most to better their job to create a better efficiency because they're managing down and they're managing up.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
managing up in our industry, in our generation, managing up is you're dealing with the boomers and the Gen Xers, and they don't know anything about AI or technology. They're just doing it the way they used to do it, like
yeah,
the traditional way. Our generation, I would say the millennials and downward, it's a different aspect to it, and I think we need to look at it like AI isn't replacing people. You need to learn how to utilize AI to do your job better. You still need to be a professional. You still need to be great at what you do and utilize AI to make it better. If you're going into it thinking AI is your ticket to something, you're going to be, you might be able to get a quick sale. You might be able to get these quick sales with these scam type opportunities. However, long term, it's going to be the pros that know what they're doing to be able to utilize AI the best.
that's right,
Mhm.
that's right.
And those are the people that are going to get hired at these companies that keep humans on. It's going to be the ones that are like pros in communicating with this tech. That's really why this show has been so heavy on prompt engineering and learning how to communicate with this tech, because It's unavoidable. You got to learn how to talk to it. If you
Talk to from
don't,
any aspect. Like we originally, like all three of us came together because we were using AI for art. However, AI and prop engineering for art is the same way you do it for anything else. So I always promote using it for your skill set. Like, if you're good at this, okay, how can AI make that better? If you're good at that, how can AI make it better?
Mhm.
But don't completely rely on AI to do it. And just giving my own perspective. I came in as an amateur photographer, and AI helped me elevate to the next level without having to go to school for photography. It kind of helped me bridge the gap along the way. I still wouldn't put myself along the great photographers, but it helped me along the way to not have to learn all f-stops, all lighting, and all of those very minute details that I give the pro photographers all the respect in the world for it. It helped me kind of leap past that a little bit so I can at least play in the field. I could be a rookie in you guys' world, but I use that skill set that I learned to be great at it because AI loves the technical jargon. They love the rules
Yeah.
because that's exactly what it's trained off of. It's trained off of the rules of
Oh man,
that
I love
profession.
that. I love that. That's really cool.
I
mhm.
do love that.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yes, I noticed that. So I think that what's overall what's so important is, again, from every guest that we had, even to right now, is the thing that I'm hearing the most is do not, okay, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to use Uriah's catchphrase. Do not be afraid to push the button. I mean, just push the button, and do not be afraid to um I hate to use the word integrate. That's because, again, I'm a big nerd, so I'm going to say integrate, but do not be afraid of working with AI, because at the end of the day, it's better to work with it than to have it shoved down your throat and you not understand the schematics of it or anything of that nature. And yeah, that's all I have to say on that part, because it just, I love all the key points that you said. Like, I love all the key points that you said. It's, you're just feeding my mind over here, because I'm like, oh, I have to research. I need to research more. I need to make sure that I put him in my Rolodex, because I need to talk to him. Because as much as I dig into AI about sales, about all aspects of it, there's nothing like knowing someone who knows the fruit and the meat of it, and then compare it to what I'm also being told. Because you can also fact check. Like, if you tell me
Mhm.
something, I can fact
Mhm.
check, it chat. Like, there's always
Mhm.
a way to work with it. To work against
Mhm.
it is okay. You guys know the term. To work against it is insanity.
Mhm.
That's all I have to say.
Go with the
You don't.
flow. Be like water. And Bruce Lee,
Hmm?
be like water, my friend.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So this was dope. This was dope.
Okay, so I got a question, and I know that there's somebody who's not in the audience, but I know that they would want me to ask this question. So I know that Antaeus, faith is important to you, and that's something that resonates with a lot of our audience. How do you balance staying true to your values in a high
Mm.
pressure corporate space?
Um, the woman who I decided to marry, man, just really changed my life. And
Aw,
in terms of like keeping
I
me
love it.
I love
grounded.
it.
So my name actually works out to stay grounded. So Antaeus was a is a Greek word, comes from Greek mythology, and Antaeus was like a big like a he was like a giant, and he would challenge all passersby to wrestling matches, and one of those people, long story short, happened to be Hercules, and they got to fighting, and Hercules couldn't figure out why he couldn't kill him. Every time he would throw him to the ground or get him to the ground, and that's because Antaeus's mother is the goddess of Earth, and so every time Antaeus touched the Earth, he regained all his power. The
Mhm.
story doesn't end. The story doesn't end well, right? Hercules figured that out, put him up in the air, and strangled him in the air with his feet off the ground. That's how he killed him. But then again, it does end well, as far as I'm concerned, right? Because if you take from that mythology, the lesson that as long as you keep grounded, um, everything will be all right, man. And my wife has been a huge part of that in terms of keeping me grounded in every move that I make, everything that I do, every day that I start in my faith.
I love that.
I'm so glad that our director didn't put all of the cameras up, because the whole time that you were talking about your wife, I was like, oh.
I already know. I already know. She's over here. Oh my
I was just like, I really just did that. This is me with the camera. As soon as you said my wife, I was like this.
Yeah.
I love
That was a perfect answer.
it. Perfect answer. That was a perfect answer.
Yeah, I was
She is
I was about to
amazing.
say Uriah,
And she is
he
amazing. His wife
he
is
knows
amazing.
his
Just like
business.
I give Jen, Lewis's wife, her flower. His wife is amazing. She completely keeps this guy in line from start to finish. Like not just well from like we're from Chicago. We're not from the higher end of Chicago. We're from
Right.
the rougher end, and we had a lot of rough edges. And when I say she has worked his asphalt to the point where he's a diamond, hey, I'm telling you, she's the one. She's the one. She's
That's
amazing.
what's up.
That's so
I
deep.
love it.
Mm.
I really appreciate
Yeah.
that question, by the way. Thank you for asking that question. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I wanted to save that one closer to the end so that we could I figured I'd shoot you an alley-oop.
You know, I was
That
gonna
was
say what I
perfect.
say because I got kids, and one of the things that really touched my heart, my daughter. When he got married, I was in the wedding, but they also included my daughter in the wedding. And when I say she's awesome, she includes the
Yeah.
entire party. Like she thinks about things that are out of control, and she got my daughter's little dress with pearls, and I was like, don't do that. My daughter's gonna ruin the wedding. Don't put her in it. She's spoiled and she's finicky. They got this thing called colicky, and she has that, and I don't want her to win it. She was like, no, she's gonna be in it. And I mean, she got her own gear, she had everything, and she had to do it. And of course, she did, act a fool, and she was totally about it. And that's what I say, like, when you talk about faith and just having that support, that's what matters. That's
Yeah.
what really
I love,
matters, is having that
I
support,
love
because,
that.
yeah, I mean, she's awesome. Honestly, we might
I
need to
love
get
it.
her on the show, too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
I love
sending
it.
Antaeus, please extend the invitation for us.
Yes, yes, please. We would love to
We
have you both.
we would love to have our first
Yeah.
couple.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna tell her
Yeah.
how much I've enjoyed this, and this is super awesome.
We
I
just
love
appreciate
it.
you coming, and you gave us some great answers, and I love it. You just I'm about to talk about this when we get off the air, y'all. Y'all know y'all saw
Yeah,
already put
no,
in. This is great. I think I put it in Uriah's live. I was like, what he's given us is so good.
it is really. Okay, so I'll tell you two things from me before we kind of move to the end of the show. One of the two things that I ask every one of our guests is maybe 6 months from now, we'd love to check in. Would you like to come back?
Absolutely. I love to,
Awesome.
for sure.
Awesome.
Yay!
Okay. The second of the two things is I try to give everybody an opportunity if they have
Nope.
something going on.
I'm just
Just let them have an opportunity to tell people where they can find them, what they have going on. So I want to give you that opportunity.
I'm nowhere, man. I'm not on socials. I'm like the social stalker. So I have an Instagram with no pictures. My wife like I have a Facebook. I haven't put a post on there since I don't know when. Like I updated my profile picture to some crazy picture like a few months ago, but you'll see. Like I have socials, but I'm not. I don't post on
Behind the
social.
scenes.
Yeah, I have a political burner account on Twitter that shall never be named that
I got you.
I interact with, but yeah, I'm not. Let's see, is there anywhere? Nope, no,
LinkedIn.
nope.
Look, you just contact Uriah to contact him. How about that?
Yeah,
Nah, hey,
I
I
told you
got a
most
suggestion.
of my
yeah,
people do not have socials. Most of my people
yeah,
that I lock in with don't have
yeah.
social. I'm the most social media person
He
in my
100%
group.
is.
And
Yeah,
I will give him credit. Like he was one of my first clients with my AI avatars.
yeah.
That's what's up.
He bought my first AI avatar set. So if you look at the the um the ads that were put out, that's him, but it was an AI avatar that I created.
That's full circle.
Full circle.
I love that. All right. So usually we do Miss Adama first. Uriah, tell the people where they're gonna find you in your chipmunk voice,
Thank
please.
you. Yes.
Sorry for the audio difficulties. I blame it all on StreamYard. StreamYard, get it together. But hit me up on the link. I think it's in the chat. I can help you with your business progression, or I can help you with your content creation. Um, Pretty much whatever you want to do business-wise with content creation, I can help you out. Hit the link that's provided in the chat, and let me help you out.
Awesome. Uriah the chipmunk. I love it.
I love it. Today was my birthday. You know what? I'm so glad March did me like this. March is so awesome.
Yeah, it is.
It's bad juju out there. It's like a blood moon. It's a clear sign.
Yeah. Miss Adama,
You
where
can
can
find me.
people find you?
You can find me. You can find me on Linktree, and you can find me. Look, it's right down there. Our awesome director put it right down for you. Um, you can find me on all social platforms. What I help do is I unlock your creativity so we can put something together. I can help you with your AI art and animation. I am good with prompting, but Lewis is amazing with prompt engineering, and I'm very good with storytelling. So you can find me on all those platforms as well, and with my jewelry as well. If you need any jewelry, you can find me, and I'll be launching my store soon.
Yay. Great news. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Hit that applause. Thank you. Hit that applause for it. Quick announcements. We have some new stuff in the subscriber hubs this week. We have a rapid fire challenge coming up that's pre-scheduled for Wednesday. We've got St. Patrick's Day coming up this week, so get those designs in and unleash AI creativity. We've got clips from today's live stream that should be up tomorrow. Definitely tap into our Leadership Lounge official YouTube channel. We're really starting to get content over there posted and would love for you guys to definitely stay tapped in. My name is Lewis Marshall. I am an airbrush and AI artist here at Marshall Artistry. We specialize in custom water bottles, as well as this is the home of the prompt packs. So if you don't want a prompt engineer for creative images or creative video, we've got packages already pre-set up for you on marshallartistry.com. So definitely give us a visit this week. Aside from that, this was a really, really great episode. Antaeus, I just want to say thank you again. I really appreciate your time. I want to definitely get connected off of the live stream so that we can have a little more in-depth conversation. Aside from that, great episode, you guys.
Thank you guys for having me.
Of course, of course. I'm looking forward to having you and maybe wifey back.
Yeah.
Yes. And the whole time I'll probably be like, oh, you'd be like, ask me a question. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry.
No, she's her own wealth of knowledge, man. 10 times smarter than me. So y'all would enjoy her. She'd be happy to do it. She'll ask a lot of questions and bicker a little bit, but she'll be happy to do it.
Ooh, I love it. That's spicy. That sounds like a 2-hour episode. I ain't gonna front.
We might have to get
Awesome.
our own platform. No, we don't have to put our ass.
Louis, you forgot to mention the pajama party. Your
Oh,
pajama
yeah.
party in 2
March
weeks.
30th.
And I don't want no
So-
cracks when you guys see me with a bonnet. I don't want none of that. No, but I'm not gonna come
Oh
on
yeah,
live.
we're gonna be chill.
You know I'm not gonna come on live with a bonnet. Come on now.
I might try and talk you into coming on about it. We're gonna have some crazy clips. We're gonna have some crazy clips.
You know what, Uriah?
Nah, for real. On my birthday episode, I am going to live stream. I'm gonna do the journey parameters and do a presentation. So definitely set your calendars. And because it's my birthday, and this will be my first time ever live streaming on my birthday, we're just gonna have a pajama party. Chill out, come to the lounge, hang out with us. Ottawa's gonna have her bonnet on. We're gonna make sure. Uriah's gonna be in PJs or something.
Oh yeah,
I got
do
one
right.
more
Don't do
surprise.
that.
I got one more surprise. So I am getting started on our Leadership Lounge live merch. So I am going to have some new custom water bottles that are specific and tailored to Leadership Lounge Live. My first 2 bottles are going to go to my co-host. But I'm going to make a set of 20, limited edition. I'm going to assign mine so that if you've been a part of Leadership Lounge, you're going to be able to get a custom, unique piece of artwork. That's my AI artwork that's going to go on our bottles. And that's how you're going to be able to help support the show. So stay tuned. Tap in. Go hit that subscribe button. And we're going to see y'all next week. I appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Have an amazing Sunday. We'll holla.
This is a bottle.
Thank y'all.
Hey, this is a Marshall Artistry bottle made. Like, this isn't a Stanley bottle. This is an actual Marshall Artistry manufactured and designed made. Get with it.
I had to check them out. Appreciate y'all.
Everybody have an amazing weekend.
Yeah, have a great weekend. Thank you.
Holla.